Last week, this week.
I mean, this is both this week.
No, oh yeah, he did wear it this week again. You're right. I will say these two are clearly on cocaine. This is the cocaine montage that they're in.
I would be asking who wore it better.
Becky.
Easily
Becky wore it better.
But the problem here is Becky's already done it before.
Yeah, but it's such a good look on her. I don't know why. I'm like, she does the roles better than anybody in color. I thought you were gonna have Becky go to black and white.
No, I think this one you can see the texture in the coat on set.
Yep.
Whereas like in here you can't really see anything.
As someone said online, how many Elmos did she kill to get this jacket?
So many. So many.
Elmo counts 4. And this race appropriation, dressing up as a Jamaican. I know you were in New York, but you didn't have to go that route.
I mean the Finn Balor thing, the demon.
Yeah.
How is no one taking this to the course of like this is blackface?
Because it's nice, it's cool. He's not going out there saying, "Yo, my brother, how you doing? This is Finn Balor." I don't know why he's on radio.
Those dreadlocks could be making a statement that no one else is talking about.
Dreadlock Rasta. He was a Buffalo soldier
in the heart of America.
Ay, ay, ay.
Joe people will have no idea what we're doing because if you're listening to this.
If you don't know Bob Marley by now, you don't know. And then I'm the boogeyman. And I'm coming to get you. But I thought he looked cool. I thought the paint on his body looked really cool. With all jokes aside, that was some cool looking paint.
I can't believe we started the show.
No.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show. I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous. Oh man, I can't stop laughing over that. That's so nonsense. Of all the songs, Buffalo Soldier.
If I was to tell Seth Rollins to tell me to say "Ooh Chavo" without saying it, this was it. This is this image encapsulated.
Chavo had a rough week.
Yeah.
Ooh, Chavo. No, not today. Not today.
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am of course Lord Manny Hayes. I'm joined by
Marcus, the Grind Finale.
So how are you doing today, Marcus?
Oh, I'm fantastic. Clearly in a really good mood if we're singing Buffalo Soldier on a Saturday morning.
I'm telling you now, me and you could probably do that even if we were in a bad mood or tired like we normally are on a Tuesday show.
That could have been Tuesday. If Finn Balor would have debuted overall, Buffalo Soldier still would have been stuck. We would have went through the entire discography of Bob Marley at that point. Like, ooh yeah, we're jamming.
I hope you like jamming.
Jamming too. Feel like jamming. That's after he wins the title.
So I read a news story this morning about the Daniel Bryan contract situation with AEW.
Ooh, it's a situation?
It's not a situation. It's more how WWE pretty much offered the same amount of money that AEW did.
Okay.
Even allowed him dates to work in New Japan.
Okay.
So there was a lot of chatter prior to this. When the rumors came out that Daniel Bryan signed with AEW or was going to sign with AEW, that a lot of people were going out like, "Oh, WWE is stupid for letting Daniel Bryan go." But it feels like they bent over backwards to try and keep him.
Yeah, no.
Because how many people get that offer? No one gets that offer of. No one really gets that offer of. You know what? You can work in this other company.
Go fight Tanahashi. Go ahead,
Yeah.
dude. You go have your wrestling matches. Oh yeah, no one would got that, and they really tried to keep him, and just didn't work out. And I can see it from his perspective. I want new matchup. I've done everything in WWE. There's no one new for me to wrestle other than the NXT level, who I'm probably never going to wrestle because we released like 90 of them. So
Yeah.
I can see why he would leave. It makes sense.
Well, there's also the other thing where obviously Bryan Danielson. It's very hard to switch out from between the two of them.
It's Buffalo Soldier Tuesday, so
Yeah. I think he's also left WWE in good terms. So the contract length apparently with AEW is about 3 years. So, and the intention is probably that Daniel Bryan still likes the working relationship he has with Vince McMahon. So maybe maybe he comes back in 3 years. That's what the thought is. But obviously he's going to be in a world where he can do whatever he wants in AEW, and he'll probably just stay there.
Hall of Fame induction in 3 years. But I can imagine in the locker room of AEW of Daniel Bryan going like, my WWE experience is great. Vince is great. Triple H is great. Richard, whatever, but they're great. And you can just see CM Punk and 2.0 or whoever else is in the corner. Fuck that motherfucker. He don't know. We've been through hell. We've been through hell. Cody over there like, this motherfucker's all happy. Fuck him. Being all
Eric
happy.
says it was probably the health restrictions. Like you also said as well. Like WWE probably would have had him wrestle less and do less just to be on the safe side.
Yeah,
because he has a family.
Yep. So I hope he stays safe. I hope he doesn't do anything too dangerous or crazy in AEW, because I don't feel like they would restrict him from doing anything. I mean, they allowed Darby Allin to fall downstairs and go headfirst into guardrails for whatever reason. So I just hope, and Matt Hardy to fall off shit, and I just hope he just stays safe. Again, he's too talented to hurt himself, I think.
And then there's the news coming out of Smackdown last night where a match was pulled, which was supposed to be Selena Vega, Carmella versus Liv Morgan and Toni Storm, which was pulled last minute because they couldn't fill the time. So Carmella and Liv Morgan have said something on Twitter, but they've mainly just put ellipses of the 3 dots and then tweeted that. Whereas I think Selena Vega had posted the gear she had, which many are saying is Naruto inspired, but I never really watched Naruto. And then she's like, oh well, or something along those lines. But I felt like this was the one, as you mentioned in our pre-show meeting, was the one that it meant the most to, was Selena Vega, whose father died 20 years ago in the tragic events of 9/11.
Yeah. So, I as much as I enjoyed SmackDown this week, it was a really good show. And I also wouldn't this match happened. It would have been a very New York centric match, kind of, with all the people there. But I don't feel anybody was cheated but Selena and, the wrestlers. The fans were probably happy and wouldn't have noticed it wasn't on there. And, I feel like it was difficult. I don't think they cared about the connection while they were just like, oh, this is our obligatory women's match. We're going to have one on here. And throw it on there. And then they, pulled it because it was like, the show
Do you think they pulled it, and it's really stupid to even suggest, but kayfabe reasons? Obviously, this is going to be a big deal for Selena Vega. You're going to have... They didn't have to promote it as this is a big deal for her. Her father died and all this. But she's a bad guy. She's a bad guy in this situation. In terms of she's a heel in this current story arc of what's going on between them, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, and all sorts.
Yeah. I don't think they pulled it because she was a heel or anything. I just think that, it was time. They did the 10-man. They had Trae Young and all that. They had Lesnar and, the Demon and the tag match. And Seth and Edge went for like a half hour or whatever it is.
Mm.
And, just time slipped away. And I didn't see a spot where it could have fit. Because I felt like the show was perfectly timed out. It wasn't, obviously. But it was really paced well in which you got this.
It did feel like... It felt, when we get into the review as well, it felt like there wasn't that many matches for me.
Yeah.
Because there was only it felt like there was only 3.
It was 3. It was the 10-man, Edge, Seth, and then the main event.
I mean, you could have fit it in, but it would have probably got like 5 minutes. And I was like, do you really want that? Like, it would have been a complete throwaway match.
Yeah, so, during the time, it was... trying to tell the story Edge and was telling, and I guess basically writing Edge off TV would have been, all right, let's take time away from that. I mean, they could do, and I hate to say it's an AEW. It's not a shot, but it's like, we just moved to the next segment, but they kind of, made the Edge death scenes mean like it meant something. Like, you could have cut him going into the ambulance, you could have cut Seth interviewing his reaction after, and just put that on, .com or something. Or even the whole injury angle about it. You could cut all that. But it would take away from the story they're trying to tell. So I just think that was a tough situation for him. Not even to defend him or anything. I just feel like it was a tough situation.
Yeah. But let's move into SmackDown, because that's the only news bits I had, unless you've got any.
No, none at all. I'm ready to talk about wrestling and SmackDown in New York City and Madison Square Garden. I was actually thinking about just putting Raphael's experience of watching wrestling for 7 months. I don't know if he's going to watch or listen to this show, but his response to AEW Rampage and SmackDown were...
Wait, did he watch Rampage this week?
He watched both. And he had some very, I would say, not just controversial, spot on, and I don't even know where he's coming from with that comment for all shows. But it was entertaining.
He's so casual sometimes that he doesn't watch any of it. So, I'm just so curious, how he has formed this opinion on AEW without actually watching it. Much like Ross. When we found out Ross hadn't watched it and he said it was garbage prior to not even watching it, until he watched it and I listened to his experience of watching it. Yeah.
He came in pre-notice. So, I go more into Raph's response to AEW in the Rampage thing, because it's easier. Basically, SmackDown, he was in a love fest. Talking about Roman Reigns the effing man, and Brock Lesnar's the effing man, and this, and all that. But the AEW response is the more probably controversial.
Okay, so it opens up with Roman asking the wise man. He's like, hey, wise man.
Wise man.
When it comes to sports entertainment, WWE runs New York. The wise man says they own it. So who runs WWE? My tribal chief, you run WWE.
Yes.
Therefore, the tribal chief runs New York City.
Yes!
The tribal chief runs Madison Square Garden. You know what to do. Acknowledge me. And they did!
They did! And it was amazing. It's my favorite Roman-ism now, where he just tells the crowd to acknowledge him. No matter what happens, he's right. Whether they boo him or cheer him, they are acknowledging him. And it's just great. And the whole I run New York is such a thing you don't say in New York because, it's like, I don't know, in the hip-hop world, it's like, oh shit, you ready to fight.
I know, but I felt that was a little sly. I thought that was a little sly about AEW, because AEW are going to New York in 2 weeks.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. I just thought...
That's what I thought it was. I definitely thought it was Roman throwing a jab. Like, bam.
But when I see Roman, and I tell you this, there is no one on AEW that can touch him right now. No one.
No one.
Like, with the total package of look, feel, emotions, response, heel work. He, just he looks like the fucking man that runs New York. Like, if this was a movie and you told me that was the final boss that ran New York, you'd be like, oh shit, that's Roman Reigns.
I'll tell you what, though. The person that may come close in AEW, the way they've been booked, Malachi Black, but more an underboss to Roman. Not nowhere near like Roman level, but an underboss.
Malachi Black would be the guy that works for Roman, but in the sequel, he decides to go, he's a good guy. Like,
Gone rogue.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not listening to you anymore. Like, throws a kick at something, and he ends up dying fighting for the hero or something. Like, what? How is this your story arc?
So Brock comes out. Paul Heyman asks, of all the championships, why are you going off the Roman? We could have dominated anything.
We could have won the Roman. Why are you going to Roman?
And then Brock has a question for the wise man. Why didn't you tell Roman he was going to be at SummerSlam? Which is when the Bloodline decide to leave the ring. Like, you fucking liar.
You
and then
fucking piece of shit.
Then Heyman just flips the script and goes full.
Yes.
He goes full. I can't remember the word. He hasn't said it in a while. What was it? Advocate. He went full advocate.
It was amazing. In all of wrestling, as much as I say Roman is the man that's the champion, Paul Heyman is the best performer on all shows, character-wise. Just to be able to do that. Like, he was just first to Lesnar going there, Paul, why did you tell Roman I was going to be at there? He's like, shits himself, basically, on TV. And he's like, he like lies, and Roman walks out of him, and then he just goes, the rating, the vending, and he just goes into that character. And you see the difference of characters right there, and it just flips. And then you get him in the back with Kayla, and he's all stressed out, and Big E's all, and it's just so much good work from Heyman. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous how good he is.
And then obviously, Brock asks him before Roman fires him, "You need to get him to accept my challenge," and that, which is a title match, which leads to an F5 attempt on Paul Heyman.
I thought he was gonna get it.
I thought he was, leading to a failed jumping of Brock, who then takes the Usos to Suplex City.
Now, Manny, can we sum up all these segments, the Usos and Roman and Heyman in one? Cause I want to get to my favorite line is when Roman gave the realization to Paul, I saved you, Paul. I saved you.
I saved you? Why didn't you tell me Brock was at SummerSlam?
Yes.
And then just walked away.
He looked hurt. He was like, I thought you loved me. I thought you were family. I just saved you. And it was just so like, I don't know. This was the most soap opera I've ever seen.
No.
I've seen a Smackdown a long time.
All right, I want to compare two segments from this week and last week. So when Paul Heyman last week come up to Roman and when we got a problem, it's like, yeah, Finn Balor, fine, I'll smash him, everything.
Yeah.
No, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I'll smash him too.
I'll smash him too.
Brock Lesnar seems like a you problem. Two, I saved you.
Yes, I saved you, Paul.
What was the better segment?
I saved you.
One. It's this week.
It's this week when I saved you and just looks like, because he has his realization of, why did I even do that? I didn't have to do that. And then he just goes, and just the disappointment of him walking out on Paul. Like, I thought I could trust you.
Do you know what I mean? It's the visualization of the word of the phrase. I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed.
It's just so good. It's so good. And then even like Paul, when he's just in the back and Kayla is just basking into his misery, just walking up and tormenting this man who's just going through the ringer. Like,
Kayla's a bully. Kayla is an absolute bully. A wedge driving bully.
But it's just like, it's just good shit. I don't even know what it is. And I didn't even mean to say it this time like Vince or whatever. It was just good like shit off the show, like of them. That whole dynamic.
And then obviously the Street Profits versus the Usos was the main event.
Yeah.
Tonight there was good matches. I wouldn't even class the 10-man tag as a match. The Street Profits versus Usos, great match. Unfortunately, it ends in bullshittery with Roman getting the DQ, putting Montez in the guillotine. But I was just like, it was worth it.
But you know, it said that the Extreme Rules match was going to be a no DQ match of some kind. Tornado tag, no DQ. Ford can flip wherever he wants. Ford lost his shoe in the match, and he was Mr. One Shoe, and Eric had one shoe. And then he channeled the power of Charlotte Flair because he became even more powerful with half the shoe off than he could. And then the choke at the end by Roman, I thought was one of the funniest jokes of my life for whatever reason, because he choked the shit out of Montez.
Montez sold the hell out of it like he was actually gonna die. Like all the air in him had been taken away from him.
Yes, every form of life, like his soul left his body. It looked like I was watching a soul leave his body in that choke, and it was so dramatic. And I was like, why is he selling so hard? And then it looked like he died. And I was like, Roman just killed a man. Roman just caught a body tonight for the tag team titles.
And then obviously the Fiend, not the Fiend, Fiend Balor as the Demon. What a save!
What do you think there were people in the guard thinking, "Oh shit, Bray Wyatt's coming back," or do you think they were aware that it was the Fiend?
Did you mean the Demon?
Oh no, the Finn!
You did it
the
too.
Finn! The Finn!
The Finn. Yeah. I watched an interview that Finn Balor did on Cultaholic, and they openly asked him point blank about the red light from last week. And was like, oh, is the Fiend coming? Is the Demon coming back? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark? Yeah. And then Finn Balor answered with question mark? Question mark? Question mark? So I was like, yeah, the Demon's coming back on Friday.
Yeah. No, the big spoiler for me was in this segment when Roman was choking Montez and Montez was quarreling like a fish. When you look behind, they had the smoke machine going to set up pins. Yeah. I was like, oh, the Demon's back tonight. I saw a smoke machine. I was like, oh, the Demon's coming back. But I thought it was an exciting ending to SmackDown. There's a middle in SmackDown here and there. I guess we're gonna touch on that. But this the whole Roman Lesnar Finn scenario, Big E lurking in the background. That was some enjoyable SmackDown.
Eric said in reference to Roman choking out Montez, that's why he's the King of New York. El Luchador says Ford could be the next Shawn Michaels. I don't think that. I think Ford could be bigger than Booker T in terms of the black community. I honestly think Ford's got the talent. You mean bigger than
Kofi Kingston?
He could be. I think he could be. Ford has got the athletic ability to be better than any of them.
I can see Ford and Bianca being the Beyonce and Jay-Z of the WWE era, just dominating WWE.
No, because basically what you've just described is the white Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. That is what you've just described.
Essentially, yeah. I didn't think about that. But what a match would that be? Ford and Rollins against that.
Well, I think Seth Rollins has said in an interview already that he doesn't want to do anything else with Becky Lynch on TV.
It didn't work.
It just didn't work.
Yeah. It was bad. The Corbin and Lacey Evans storyline was bad. Although I thought that
Dawkins' neck is too small for Roman's chokehold. Nah, fam.
Nah, fam. I thought that when during the Becky segment and Seth segment, what ran through my mind was Adam Cole and Britt Baker versus Becky and Seth Rollins would have been the match of who could do the most outlandish heel shit.
Okay, Lucha says Seth looks like he's blowing through all his wife's money with them awful suits. They are not awful. You are just jealous that you cannot pull them off.
Those are amazing suits, and they're outlandish, and it's what works. It works.
And then before we move on with the rest of SmackDown, Ford and Bianca is the modern day Macho Man and Sensational Sherry. Sherry?
I'll allow it.
I'm not gonna allow it.
Sherry was a wrestler a little bit. She took crazy bumps for whatever reason. I'll allow it.
Let's get onto this 10-man tag. Big E, Nakamura, and Boogs, and the Mysterios versus Dolph, Rude, Sami Zayn, Apollo, and Otis. Sami Zayn comes out in a Knicks jersey, and then brings out Trae Young to glorious boos.
Who played it up really well, and I wanted him to take a bow because
He did a great job.
he did a great job. And if I'm WWE, I'm like, Trae Young, we might have to get him back to do a match.
And I don't think Trae Young should have been thrown out.
No, he should have been disqualified, man.
No. I know why Trae Young was there.
What?
So,
Why is that? Why did he attack Rey Mysterio? Everybody loves Ray. Why did Trae Young attack Rey
Marcus,
Mysterio?
3 weeks ago, I got tired of this Rey Mysterio and Dominic thing. I called up American Social Services. Trae Young was a social service agent.
24.
He went after Rey Mysterio. He went after Rey Mysterio for crimes of being a terrible father. He was doing it for Dominic.
Is that why?
He was doing it for Dominic.
For all the bad fathers out there. Hey, it's like, my father wasn't shit either. I don't choke you. Although, the reason he wasn't DQ is that he put the rope, which is I would say it's my favorite moment of the week again. But that he tried to choke him. He tried to commit murder to Rey Mysterio, but didn't know how to actually do it. Because the rope was over Rey Mysterio's stomach and was doing nothing. And the ref was like, what are you doing? I'm just going to throw you out. You seem like you're trying to cause harm. You're trying to be dangerous. And I enjoyed it. I don't know. I thought that was some cheap heat.
If you're not known to doing murder, you're going to panic. And that's what it was. It was sheer panic.
This is my one moment to murder Rey Mysterio. And I'm going to do it on that. He almost threw his entire NBA career over this.
So Wes says, I do not see the appeal of Rick Boogs.
Boogs!
It's a gimmick. It's probably going to run its test in a few weeks. I don't want it to, but it feels like it's going to run its course in the next few weeks.
Eventually, he's going to turn on Nakamura, right?
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, oh shit, Boogs turned on Nakamura?
Owen's going to be doing a lot of jobbing for the next 4 months, is what a Luchador says, who he also says Trae Young may be the NBA's next great heel.
Well, I don't think Owens is doing any jobbing. If anybody was paying attention to the new colorful NXT package this week of all the stars that are featured, Kevin Owens.
That wasn't Kevin Owens.
That was Kevin Owens.
That wasn't Kevin Owens.
Who was it then?
Rick Steiner's son.
What?
Yeah.
That was Kevin Owens.
No, it's Rick Steiner's son. Rex Steiner or something like that. They renamed him to Rex Steiner.
You're making it up. You're making it up.
On my
There's
life.
no such thing as a Rex Steiner. No. Don't take that away from Kevin Owens.
So we get to the contract signing. Actually, no. Wait, let's cover Big E's promo, because that was a promo that should have been said the moment he won the Money in the Bank. I don't know why it's taken this long to have this promo come out.
He had to go. He went out there and he was like, I can go against this, I can do that, but as you know, I'm coming for the title, and whatever I do, things are happening. Things are happening. And I was like, oh, where's this promo been for like the past month?
Exactly. So he said that he's coming for his neck. I'm coming for your neck, and you will feel my power.
Yes. I believe Bobby Lashley is about to lose his title to Big E on Monday.
Do you think so?
I feel like that was the momentum right here. It seemed like that's where you're going. They had to remind people that he had the Money in the Bank briefcase as being such a riveting 10-man tag with the useless Commander Aziz.
So the contract signing, Bianca with another solid promo before Becky Lynch came out.
Yep. It was solid, and I enjoyed Becky's lateness, her tardiness to this thing, and that she was reluctant to sign it and everything, and Bianca was like, I'm going to sign it, and Becky, you don't want to fight.
What if I don't want to sign it?
Yeah. That was my great reaction. What if I don't want to sign this? And my favorite line is, I left my daughter at home for this. Which was some heel shit to say, because for whatever reason. Becky was, she was
upset with the fans as well. She was
Yeah.
upset with the fans, like, a couple of weeks ago, you were chanting my name. I left my baby at home.
Like, it's a good turnaround of heel work, and, you know, it was a good flip of the die. Now, do you think, in hindsight, the Bianca losing to the sucker punch works now that Becky is now evil Beck?
Yeah, I think it adds more to the story, and I feel like the matches Bianca were having up leading to this meant nothing. Does that make sense? Like, none of them really felt like they were going anywhere. Like, they weren't meaningful feuds. Like, they were just there. This feels like it's going somewhere where she is going to get elevated from just working with Bianca and Becky.
That they're working together. They have better chemistry than Bianca and Sasha had. Like, it's a better mix, and it's really elevated. Bianca looks like a better baby face out of it. And
well, I don't even think it's that. I think the way they booked Sasha in the lead up to WrestleMania was stupid because it involved Reggie. That whole thing was like brought about by Reggie, and it's just like, well, this is dumb. So like I feel like they can gel well. I just felt like they booked it in the weirdest way possible, where it was just like, oh yeah, you better get your shit together because what's his name is getting involved.
Well, even the post Reggie, the SummerSlam build, it was not like the greatest thing that she turned on her. Bianca was really stupid for trusting her. It was just like, I think they're in a weird situation in which fans don't know who to cheer for, either Sasha or Bianca, even though Sasha's as Eric would say, a piece of shit.
I thought Sasha was one of his girls.
She is, but he understands one of his girls is a piece of shit. She's an asshole. She's going to turn on you. She's going to turn on you, and you got to turn on her before she turns on you, because she's just like the Big Show.
And then I was a little bit
By the way, I'm sorry to bring this up in the middle of this. No mention of why the Gun Club turned on the Big Show on any show this week.
Yeah, but Marcus, it's one of those things. Like
three shows.
No, it's like one of those things when Charlie Haas and Viscera knocked Lillian Garcia. Returning Lillian Garcia, who sung the national anthem this week on SmackDown, knocked her off the apron. Both laughed and never explained why.
Yes. But the Gun Club, they had Dynamite, they've had All Out, they've had Rampage. No interviews or why. Why did I have to see that?
It's one of the greatest wrestling mysteries. Like that one time that food fight happened, I think on SmackDown, and someone threw a cake in Kevin Owens' face, and no one knows who did it.
Yep, you never know. But he's got to be in AEW in a few months.
Oh, and Lucha Dork said, in regards to your Gun Club, no one wants it or cares, Marcus.
Hey, you put it on TV and you make me watch something, you better give me a reason why that happened. You have to give me a reason why that happened. Why in my life did I have to see that? I need a reason. So
Edge versus Seth Rollins, superb match.
Yeah, it was a masterclass of WWE story-driven match that is going to lead to one more match. Probably at the Survivor Series. If so kind.
I don't need another match of this. Both of them need to move on with their careers.
No, they need to go take it to the extreme. So this could be the WWE's version of MJF and Jericho. It's just fast forward. Like,
right, it's definitely a lot quicker, and it doesn't feel like it's gone on for eternity.
Well, I think they have the write-off Edge, and they have to eventually, and Seth has to move on to the next point of his career, which I don't know where he's going. I have no idea what direction.
Yeah, because he was calling out Roman a few times in the last few months before Edge came back and was like, nope. But the other thing is, so who's had the better return, Edge or Christian?
I'm going to go Edge. Christian has the Christian response of, oh, it's just Christian. Christian's the Impact champion. He's won like 100 matches on Dark or something, and he had like 2 matches on Dynamite, and they were just okay. I feel like every Edge match has been really good. They're really solid. Whether it was against Rollins, the Orton matches, his Royal Rumble return had that huge impact. Him winning, whatever. And then the triple threat match at WrestleMania. Every match felt like more of a big deal.
Yeah. So what did you think of SmackDown as a whole?
That was a fantastic show. It kept me on the edge of my seat. Didn't know what was going to happen next.
I'll tell you what. If this show was in the Thunderdome, it would have been a B. It's very rare that I say the fans made it an A. Because the fans were all over it.
Yeah, they ate all this up, and it was a very New York centric show. That it went that way with the Trae Young and all that and stuff, and got the crowd involved, but they didn't hammer it too hard. I feel like the AEW Cincy show, they went a little too hard with the Cincy love. They just went
both of them, both on Dynamite and Rampage, which I believe Rampage was taped directly after. Dynamite.
Yeah, I just feel like they just hammered it in. All right, we're in Cincinnati. This isn't New York. When you get to New York at Arthur Ashe, nail that shit. LA, nail that shit. Chicago, always nail that. Even Miami, I don't even care. But just a major town, Cincinnati. No disrespect. It's just Cincinnati.
Exactly. So moving on to AEW Rampage. I mean, the only thing for me of importance that happened on this was Andrade versus Pac.
Yeah, they were in the ring already.
I don't know why they got jobber entrances. Why did they get jobber entrances?
The same time.
Oh, well, for all the talking that needed to be done on this show.
Well, they had to advertise Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole's interviews, who they keep interviewing and having segments together, even though I don't think they lead to a match between them. So where we're going with that, whatever. And I don't know, but this match was pretty good. I thought Andrade looked good. I thought Pac looked like Pac. And Raphael's comment is, Pac left the last time I seen him, he was a jobber in WWE. I turned into Rampage. Looks like he's still a jobber on Rampage.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, like,
he is.
Nothing changed.
Do you know what the annoying thing about this was? So they put up the graphic when Andrade was in the ring. Andrade made his debut against Matt Sydal on the 7th of July.
Yes.
He has not had a match since then, till the 10th of September.
Yeah, he's 1-0, and I think online he expressed that he's a little bit unhappy. He followed the Brian Cage route, being unhappy that his match was. He didn't say anything, but his match was pulled from the pay-per-view, that they couldn't just find like a match. It seems, and it was thrown onto basically like Rampage, which is the AEW equivalent to Sunday Night Heat, and I can see his frustrations that they're not really using him. Malachi Black has had 3 or 4 matches already.
If you would call them matches, the only matches I would really say he was pushed to his limit was Dustin.
Well, showcases.
Dustin pushed him to his limit.
Well, I don't think I didn't say it was his limit. I don't think he got pushed to his limit. Dustin got washed up. He got cleaned up pretty good, but I don't think it was his limit. Like he was at the fuck, I almost lost that one. I don't think he ever got to that point. He got that Canadian Destroyer really quick. But Andrade just seems like he's taking that back seat from everybody. And Ruby Riott, for God's sakes, have had more matches than Andrade already. In 1 week of being in the company, she's been in 3 matches: the Battle Royal, the match on Dynamite against Hayter, and then the trios match, as they call it. And Andrade has had 2 matches in 7 months.
So we've got a returning Dizman in the house.
Woo! What up, Mr. Dizman?
Jen has also made it.
Jen has made it. We got the author of the AWO Big Time Players Experiencing Change, Expecting Change, and then Continuing to Grow. Both of them for $14.99 for the random plug for no reason.
I think $14.98.
Shit. for a mere 1 cent discount. But I this match was good. I thought everything worked. I didn't understand the Chavo thing at the end though.
Yeah,
why did he turn on Chavo?
maybe it's Andrade wanting to win clean.
But it's too soon for this. Last time we saw Andrade, look at the times we saw Andrade. Vicky Guerrero introduced him. They took Vicky away, added Chavo the second time we saw him. Now he takes Chavo out the third time he's actually in the ring. These are the 3 times Andrade's been in the ring. I didn't understand it. I was like, why are we going this route? I thought Chavo was a good fit with him. Maybe there's contract issues. Who knows?
Well, that's exactly what it is. It's. I think it seemed like a write-off for Chavo.
You think so? You think?
Yeah, I think it's what a luchador just said. I think Flair's coming in to manage Andrade.
I don't know if I want that. I understand it, but I don't think I want it.
I mean, you heard the mention of it when Darby Allin and Sting respond to Tully, where Darby said, "Without Tully, Sean Spears is absolutely nothing." And then Sting says Tully rode the coat of Ric Flair for years when in response to him saying Sting was riding coattails of Darby Allin.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I like the Chavo fit better than I think Ric Flair. Although, it makes sense. Let's see where it goes. Maybe Andrade ends up on TV more because they have Ric Flair. Because we get to hear from Ric Flair.
They're gonna dry him out for everything he's worth as well. A bumbling old fool now.
But all it takes is one mention of WWE. It's like, don't talk bad about them, all right? And then he starts crying. Although he said his daughter is there for life.
That's a lie.
That's a fucking lie. That's overcompensating for something. Like, she's like, I'm fucking out of here.
As you said, though, on the last show we did, that's the person that's the person Vince is literally going to be, like, wrapped around her legs, like, you ain't going anywhere.
You're not going anywhere. Damn it. Damn it, I own your ass.
I will give you everything.
I'll give you guys let him take Triple H. I'll give him Paul. Take Paul. No. But, where are we? The next segment was, I believe, Adam Cole and Bryan Danielson interview where they were talking.
So
they basically said nothing.
The gist of it was Adam Cole trusts the Elite with his life. Bryan states he's only going after Kenny Omega. That was the gist of that promo.
Yes. Do you think I came over here to fight fucking Shotty Lee Johnson? Fucking Darby Allin? No, I came for the big fish. I came for the real match. I ain't going to these rankings.
Rankings don't apply to me. Do you know where I came from? I came from WWE.
You know where I came from? My last match was the main event of WrestleMania. Kiss my ass. Any of you guys.
No one.
Huh? His last match was on Smackdown. You're right. But Kiss My Ass, my last pay-per-view match was WrestleMania. You think I'm going to be here fighting fucking scrubs? You think I'm going to be on Dark? You think I came here to promote young talent? I'm here to win, damn it. I'm here to win.
And Lucha said Ric Flair's dripping the Dynamite Zone. The only thing dripping in the Dynamite Zone that Ric Flair could be doing is when he blades himself. For no reason, just like Cody.
Oh, man. Ric Flair versus Suzuki coming.
Jen said she did not like Adam Cole's promo. Lucha said Adam Cole could have got paid and not had to take bumps. I know, man.
Yeah, but that's been on your mentality. He clearly appreciates his craft. He loves his craft of wrestling.
I'm just saying.
He could have took that money. He could have took the bag.
He may have just heard manager, but he could have had the same deal as Otis and Shorty G.
He could have been Selena and Andrade. When Selena wrestles every now and then, loses. And Andrade's like, damn, she lost. And then they make it a mixed tag. And then they make it a 6-man tag. You could have been a part of their life. But my problem with the Adam Cole promo in this segment is that him and Daniel Bryan are always together. For whatever reason, it was a package deal. It's like they're Siamese twins or something. In which Adam Cole goes out and says whatever he says, but I'm more interested in what the bigger star has to say. No offense to Adam Cole. But the biggest star is Bryan Danielson. I'm curious what he's about. He's going after Kenny. Adam Cole's what? Fighting Kazarian? Gives a shit.
Do you know for someone that's claiming to be the elite hunter, he has not got any of them.
No,
Not really. The only person he's
trap.
kind of got is Dragon Man. What's his name? Brandon Cutler.
Dragon Man? Dragon Man? If I was to go and they had a picture of the elite in the ring, and you said, which one of these guys are the Dragon Man?
He's the tallest one out of the group.
No, that's it goes to the big LG. Luke Gallows
I
back
think
there.
they're the same height.
No, he's not the same height as Cutler.
I don't really want to talk about the trios match if I'm honest. It happened.
No, it happened, Manny. Acknowledge this match. This match was trash from the word jump. I'm tired of pushing Ruby Soho like they got Becky Lynch or Sasha Banks for WWE. This is a mid-carder at best, and they're pushing her like she's the main event. Jamie Hayter, it needs to be established that she's trash, and I think at this point I'm taking Nia Jax over her, because at least Nia generates buzz. Jesus Christ. Jamie Hayter, she was throwing those terrible knees. Riho's trash. There was a point where Riho, I think, Riho got punched 3 times. No sold it, and they tapped out. And randomly in this match. There were side knees that she had oh man. Everything about this match was trash. Just trash. And I feel like it was just to give Ruby a win, who's wrestled more than Daniel Garcia in her 3 weeks than Daniel Garcia has in 3 weeks, who wrestled 8 times.
Luke says he needs to see Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson at Wrestle Kingdom, which
You might get that to G1. You might get
this
that to
man
G1.
agrees. However, I don't care about your 5-star matches. Much like Big E, I want to see big meaty men slapping meat, which means I want to watch Bronson Reed. That's a Jeff Cole.
So let me tell you about me and Eric was talking about meat slapping meat. We were talking about how Roman has the bloodline with the Usos, and we wanted the Creed brothers to walk out with Lesnar. For whatever reason. Already. And you just talk about, we don't care how green they are.
Pumping up these from one match.
Yeah, one squash match. Like, I don't care how green they are, it would just fit with the current state of Lesnar. These are my proteges. You're about to die.
It's just Team Angle reversed.
No, it's a much meatier, scary Team Angle. All because Brock Lesnar's there. Brock Lesnar's the scariest man on the planet, probably.
So the main event was Max Caster versus Brian Pillman Jr. They do the Mark Henry interview spot.
Now it's time for the main event. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
It's like they took a man off the street and told him to read this piece of paper like a hostage statement.
He reminds me of the weatherman from Family Guy. It's gonna rain.
It's raining sideways.
It's fucking hot. Whatever he yells.
So and then Brian Pillman Jr. is just so indie. Like they just because it's Cincinnati, they should not have put this much effort into it.
He came out dressed as Tony the Tiger. I mean, I know it's his dad, but I just felt like going, "You're great." Dressed as his favorite cereal, go out there and have a match. I understand they were pandering to the Cincinnati crowd. I understand that, you know, they respect and appreciate his father and passing and all that. But the dude don't got it. He just doesn't have a good look to him. Nothing about this was any good. This shouldn't have been a main event.
I missed the Max Caster raps, but then I knew he was going to lose the moment they made a reference to, well, Brian Pillman Jr.'s dad, it was a Bengal. However, Max Caster's dad was a former Jet. I was like, he's going to lose.
Dang, both came from losing losing ass teams.
Who talks slower, Mark Henry or Keith Lee? Keith Lee.
Keith Lee for sure. Mark Henry on commentary though is 3 moves late. That was a good clothesline. That clothesline could have took it out. It's like we just finished the Adam Cole right segment. Wait, where are you on delay? Are you coming from Afghanistan, Mark Henry? Come on.
I feel like Mark Henry. I don't have one near me. Mark Henry is that kid that is taking hits from an asthma inhaler during talking. I feel so good about that match.
It's like, I know, hey, he'll chime in, and it's like, what's it? There's way too many people at that table. Like, that's my biggest issue. There's too many voices and nonsense. Even with Excalibur being gone, it's just too many people talking. And I understand that they did the reverse Saturday Night main event, or they did the Saturday Night main event, putting the main event first. But they got to give me a better main event than this. And the whole Mox coming out with the save at the end, I just didn't care. There's just too many of that, people getting their heat back at the end.
Yeah.
I didn't need to. I didn't want any of this.
So what did you think of Rampage as a whole?
I would give it a C. And it's only held up because of Andrade and Pac. Everything else was useless. Honestly, if I would have missed this show and said you missed a good match between Andrade and Pac, I'd be like, oh, okay. I may go back and watch that. And I probably would never go back and watch it.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like this at all. Like after you got the main event at the beginning, it was just like, don't really care anymore.
Yeah. And you know, the whole fact that they tried to sell it with Daniel Bryan, Adam Cole in there, and they want me to come back to Dynamite. I don't know. It doesn't happen. Tony Khan trying to sell Rampage as not being a B show but equal to Dynamite. I don't think it's happening. If this is the equal to Dynamite, then it's just Dynamite's in trouble.
So I did have a comment from El Luchador about Shang-Chi. You haven't actually watched it yet, have you?
No, I have not.
But
go ahead. Go ahead.
I thought it was really good. As I've mentioned, it is obviously Asian Black Panther. But it's got very much. This is where the crouching do-rag hidden dragon came from. Or was it
do-rag
dragon?
Crouching Tiger hidden do-rag.
We've called it numerous things since.
The sequel would be Crouching Tiger, Dragon, and do-rag, which would be the most dangerous one ever. Imagine with a cigarette under his mouth. Talk about, I'll burn all you motherfuckers. It's like Crazy Dragon.
It was really good. The sister is like militant evil. Really good. I'm intrigued what they do with the rest of it, and they hit karaoke spots, which are always hilarious.
Oh, karaoke. Now, if my question remains the same, at the end of this movie, is it basically the hero fight the exact same person he is? The opposite version of himself? I don't know what the weapons are or nothing. I know nothing about this movie other than that.
I didn't know going
it's supposed
into
to be a
it.
Banger.
It was him basically fighting his dad, who's being tormented by the ghost of his wife, and they let out a demon.
Fuck?
Yeah, it's insane, the story, but it's hard. I find it hard to explain, mainly because I watched it while I was in severe pain.
So it must be really good. So you can't even fuck, I am in pain.
I may have to watch it again to fully understand it.
Okay.
But that has bought me enough time to load up this man's email. El Lucha was nah, he fights a fucking dragon.
That's good. It's in response to who's the villain and what they doing.
So Erica's text her. Oh, reading.
What is this? Do you want me to read?
You read it and try and understand it while I read out the Disman's email.
Eric's text was, do you understand Dave's rankings? Oh, I'm gonna read before we go into it. Let's go, because it involves slavery. I don't know why. That was the first sentence I read from Daniel.
Okay.
If you are a slave to rankings above making matches people must want to see, you are a pretty crappy promoter. Rankings are a tool to help build to get what people most want to see. The decision itself should be based on what the match people most want to see. And that's exactly how it's written. I didn't mess up any of those words.
Well, you did one word, but I'll allow it.
I don't know
this,
what
was
the
all
rest
based
of the
off
stuff is.
this was all based off a question that said, how is Bryan Danielson jumping straight to the title? Is the ranking not a thing anymore?
Oh. Who cares? It's Bryan Danielson. Fuck those rankings ain't meant nothing anyway. Most people who are high up on the rankings are just because they get one on Dark. Who had 5 straight wins or something this week, and they were like, or 7 straight wins. I think it was Pac. I haven't seen any of those. I only seen Pac lose.
Yeah. And in regards to Shang-Chi, Eric said, being Asian, man, you're obligated to see it twice. How are you sending? How are you saying that and then sending something that has the word slave in it, in the space of 2 minutes?
Racism. Well, by us being, fans of Black Panther, you had to see it like 8 times. you have to do it. You have to do it. It's just this obligated.
I mean, they just as Eric said in the chat, rankings need to be abolished. They just need to stop referring to them.
Yeah. You can refer to people to someone having a 5-fight match win streak or something, but who cares about the rankings? It doesn't make sense.
So, let's get to this man's email. So you can email us at thesharpshooters@gmail.com. It says, it's the guy that likes to watch cartoons with his kids. The guy who sometimes wears a hat on his head. The guy who watches anime and other stuff too. It's the Disman folks doing the do.
None of that rhymed, right? Or is that just me?
I think it's how I read it. What's really good? What's really good?
So what we say is Manny is horrible at doing rap lyrics or whatever. He's like, damn, I didn't rhyme any of that.
Right off the bat, I need to talk to Lord Manny. I was wondering how much would it cost me to advertise my books on the show. It's done book 3. I really want to get the word out about it. So what's up? I mean, I was doing it as a joke.
Manny, you're not charging the Disman.
I didn't say I was charging the Disman. I was merely doing it as a joke. It's a character I was playing on the show.
You skipped the ad. You skipped the ad last week. You were like, there's an ad going to the end.
I'm sorry. My mouth has an ad blocker attached to it. Anyway, the real reason I'm writing is because I wanted to respond to something you guys recently posed the question. How is AEW going to keep surprising people? And it's a good question, but I don't think they have to necessarily always have a surprise for people. But I think people are going to expect it. That's the problem with it. That's not the Disman. That's me talking. But I feel...
I'm glad you do that because Eric never does it. I'm like, fuck, when's the email in?
Yeah, no, I feel like people are going to be expecting it. Like, they're expecting Bray Wyatt now. They'll be expecting Kevin Owens in January.
Yep. So, here's my thing. The surprises can keep on coming, but I think that people are going to expect surprises, and during each surprise, you may either become more and more disappointed because you got the highest surprises with Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. You have the 2 biggest stars, and those weren't technically surprises. Those were just worst kept secrets or whatever. But people to show up, you don't really have that surprise. I mean, WWE still have surprises, and they've been around for 100 years, so I don't think the problem with surprises come up. Like, you can get a Dudley Boy to show up randomly or something. Or Jeff Hardy. Who knows?
See, this is... I'm not reading out emails anymore. I miss Eric reading my emails already. Like, I'm doing a terrible job, am I? Yeah, I know. I still love you, Lord Manny, but still, not helping a man's ego. They just have to. They just have to entertain, and I think listening to their fans will play a big part in that. I mean, I feel they listen too much to their fans. What do you think, Marcus?
You know, I feel like it's about they have an even balance right now. Like they're still doing what they want to do. It's not like they're. I wouldn't like in a weird sense. I wouldn't be. They're not pushing anybody that I think that other than like QT Marshall. They're still doing that. Other than that, it's like the people who they are currently highlighting on their show are the people I would highlight, like Darby, MJF, the Elite, and Danielson and Punk. Those are people I would feature, but I just feel like they get mixed up in storylines. I don't feel like they're listening to the fans because the fans want Britt Baker technically to be a face. Not listening to her. She's a heel. The fans don't want QT Marshall on the screen. Still showing up. I don't know. I feel like they have a good balance right now, but they could end up going off the rails at one point. Everybody at one point does.
Yeah. So going back to the email, it says if they can't do something that the people want, communicate why it can't happen. I think the big thing that turned people off WWE was not being talked to and just flat out ignored. I mean, I understand making business decisions to make money and what's best for your company, but how does ignoring your customers profit your business? Well, let me ask it another way. If the entire arena is cheering for someone, how does positioning them in a way that would make them look good hurt your business? I hope my question is clear, and I'll wait to hear your answer. By the way, next month, I would love to talk to you guys about the art of professional wrestling versus the business of professional wrestling in the next edition of the Gentleman's Discussion. Side note, I wish I had called them Gentleman's D-I-Z cushions. Oh, well.
That could be changed any moment, man.
I mean, I think many people have forgotten the last time we've done a Gentleman's Discussion. So I think we can rebrand it just like NXT.
Yeah. We put a Wale song over it.
Anyway,
the discussions.
I'm going to go, but you guys take care. And remember, you are the artist of your own life. Don't hand the paintbrush to anyone else. Wow, that's deep. Later, guys, signed Adrian, a.k.a. the Disman.
Deep!
I the first bit I don't agree with.
What's
the
that?
Bit about, like, say, we wanted to put you over, but then we couldn't, or we don't want to at this time. And then explaining that to someone. Because you could still push that. We could still push you in that sense in this example. By saying we're not going to do it, just puts it out there, and it also disrupts the talent, I think.
Yeah.
And I think you don't want to put that out there as so much from your internal outside. I think the more public you are with certain things, more problems tend to start happening. Obviously, right now, you still have the dirt sheets and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you don't want to put out there that, let's say, WWE's not pushing Cesaro. Why aren't you pushing Cesaro? Well, we don't like the way he sounds when he talks, and he can't really carry himself in a promo. Gives you good matches, but character-wise, you wouldn't care for him after a long period of time. Like, if you put that in, if you try to push him later, everybody's like, the people are going to be like, I have this preconceived notion about so-and-so, instead of like, oh. It's like, keep that in-house. The wrestlers know why they're not getting pushed, for the most part. Most of them know why. I think there's people in the back telling them, oh, we don't like this, we don't like that, change that up. I'm sure Ricochet knows why he's not getting pushed. I'm sure he's not just in the back going like, I don't understand why I'm not being used. I'm sure they've told him, well, we don't like your type of wrestling.
So, I think it was very interesting. So, I keep going back to this interview Tyler Breeze did with Chris Van Vliet. But honestly, if you haven't watched it, it's the most recent one on this channel. Go watch it, because he's talking about being a guy in WWE. It's like he said backstage, you know who the guys are. When you just look at them, you know who the guy is.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely know who the guy is. You just have to make yourself have a role in that. So like, be like Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph Ziggler still bases off his name, even though he's not the guy. He still stands out, even though he's not one of Vince's boys.
Yeah. They're again, it's like watching a movie. You know who the main characters are when you watch it.
Yeah.
You gotta have side characters. You can't have, not everybody can be a main character. Everybody can have little story arcs, but not everybody can be the main character. Not everybody can be House on Dr. House, which I feel like bringing that because we bring that show up for whatever reason.
I don't remember why we brought that up, to be honest, but I
know
remember...
we were reading. I think it's about who we want to do a surgery on us or something. And you didn't want to have House because he'd kill you like 8 times. Like, I don't want to die. Not twice. Just to find out I just had a splinter in my pinky. It was causing all the infections and braids. But I think that, it's this is the world they live in. It's the world of entertainment. Not everybody can be the main star. Like, you can want more lines in your movie, but at the end of the day, you're a character actor. That's what Vince sees you as. He's the director of the show, and he mostly goes like, you're a character actor. You're not gonna be a star. Until you go somewhere else, and then you're like, oh, this guy can actually he can be the main character. He can carry a movie by himself.
Yeah, so that also leads into the other bit of the email where it says, if the entire arena is cheering for someone, how does positioning them in a way that would make them look good hurt your business? That's very much the Zack Ryder thing, wasn't it? And Cesaro.
Yep. And even the Daniel Bryan situation when they had him and, they just had him chop all the shit. And they were like, well, I love this guy.
Well, I think it's Vince. Obviously, it's still Vince's playhouse, end of the day. And it's whether he's willing to take that gamble on you. Like, if he played that gamble on Zack Ryder, would it have paid off? No.
Well, the thing is, and this is for, I guess, his perspective. I'm not defending whether he's right or wrong or if this is the right thing. Like you said, these are his stories that he's trying to tell. Well, no matter how convoluted or shitty they are, these are his stories. And let's say if you want to, like, everybody start cheering Drew Gulak. So at the bottom of the card, everybody's cheering Drew Gulak to go to the main event. And Vince goes, this kind of throws a hamper. I'm trying to tell the story between Roman and Brock, but everybody's cheering Gulak. So, all right, I'm going to incorporate Drew Gulak into this. And you do it. And then the next person that comes up, all right, oh, man, they're really cheering Tozawa kind of hard right now. And then we go throw him in the main event. And it seems like it will hurt the stories you're trying to tell and derails the thing you're trying to tell. Now, you can make it work, and then it gives the fans too much control. And I'm not saying, they should get what they want, but I'm just saying, like, it gives them too much control that every time you trying to do something and try to tell a reasonable, competent story, they want you to be like, oh, no, throw this person in there. Cheer this person really hard. And it'll set a precedent that, hey, all you got to do is cheer for somewhere to put it. It'll never end. It'll never end, and you just keep getting like Danny Garcia randomly in the main event, and that's not anything AEW. It's just Danny Garcia in the main event because the fans really like him. All of a sudden, it's fine, but we can get there. Let's get there.
Yeah. What else is going on in this chat? Andrade and Pac was a good match, but it had a trash ass reasoning for them to fight in the first place. It's not like the ones that jumped to AEW in better positions on the card right now. The only person I think is that did the jump that's in a better position than they were in WWE was Miro. And that's only because he's a champion at this point. But he could have been a champion if he stayed there, probably.
It's true, but you can argue and say Malachi Black is in a better position because they had no plan for him. They had no plan for him.
Well, they did, but they cut the plug very quickly.
Yeah, they were like, I don't want to do that. So I feel like he's in a better position. And 2.0, they seem to found a way to get to a better position. And Adam Cole would have been Keith Lee's manager, so he's also
Eric. Adam Cole is in the main event angle of a main roster, not a minor league roster. It's too early to tell that, though, isn't it?
It's too early. He's fighting Kazarian.
It's too early to tell.
At this current moment, Adam Cole's fighting Kazarian. I wouldn't say he's in the main event of anything just yet. And
then Eric's right. So I feel like we need Eric on the show at some point. Cole is just another Omega henchman. He went from being a leader to someone that is just in the background, which is what we feared for him anyway. and it looks like it's coming true.
So Adam Cole's been here a week. Talk about where he's at, his trajectory. Maybe they'll plant seeds that he's gonna turn on Omega. I say give Adam Cole time, but right now he is blending in. He's like camouflage in the thing.
If Vince doesn't think you're over, then nothing else matters, period. No, I think it's if Vince hasn't made you go over by his own merit, he wouldn't care if you got yourself over on your own.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is, yeah, Vince has to create you. And pretty much it's going to be, it's like, I don't want that. Like, oh. Trying to think of an example. I forget it. But the whole thing with WWE and like pushing people and all that is that I don't honestly care. The people are still on the show. They're still wrestling in front of you on TV. Like Sheamus has been champion forever, and I love me some Sheamus. I get to see him every week. And probably the best match of the week, no matter what he's in.
But there's certain people that are happy with their spots, isn't it? I think they generally don't care where they're on the card as long as they're on the show. And I feel like that's Sheamus, who's paid his dues, done everything. Like Randy Orton as well. Randy Orton doesn't need to be at the top of the card.
No, he's just there.
But like these guys, and I see what they've been doing, are pushing through younger talent, which is the correct way. It's just that we are so up our ass about you should be using this person, and you're not seeing what they're doing. Like Riddle is in a much better position than he was 5 months ago. Like he probably would have got there slowly because Vince obviously likes him, but him working with Randy has pushed that quicker. Has made that happen a lot quicker.
But here's the thing, you know, when Vince actually does listen to the crowd, the fans normally turn on him. The people, like
but that's only...
Roman was cheered Royal Rumble, and they were like, "Oh shit, maybe I should push Roman." Otis, before he was Mr. Money in the Bank, and there was a crowd, was being cheered. Cena, before they started booing him, was getting cheered, and they were like, "Ah, nah, they're pushing him too hard." It's like, I don't want this. Like you get to that point, it's like, oh.
I think normally what happens is WWE react too late. That's the problem. So like the Royal Rumble thing happened, and then they decided, oh, let's push Roman, and then they booed him in Philadelphia at the following Royal Rumble. That took them a year to get to that point. So they definitely need to wait too long to go. Okay, I hear you.
But if you have your stories to tell. And you have stuff planned out. Let's say I don't think they plan things out like this. But let's say I plan things out maybe a month or two in advance. It's really hard for me to go like, let's switch gears from pushing CM Punk to Roman Reigns at the time. Like that was the time, pretty much. Let's have Roman Reigns.
I definitely feel like, for instance, you're at the top of this moment. The fans want this person. You've also got to let someone else down at the same instant. And then those fans are going to get upset that you've moved this person over to push this person over, and you never win. You're in a non-win cycle, and I can't wait for when AEW start to experience this because they've got a plethora of guys.
Brian Cage is pissed.
They've got a whole charcuterie board of people of different types of decent meat that could potentially be great performers, and that could be the guy.
Yeah.
But now you have to pick and choose.
Yeah, like always, you can see some of the cracks in there, like who's getting moved to the side and all that. Darby Allin's fighting Sean Spears, for God's sake. Like, I know this isn't the pay-per-view or anything. It's just a transitionary feud or whatnot, but it does feel like that's a step down from where he's at. I'm fighting the biggest star in your company. You know, at the time. Like, as of last week or whatever they want to call it. And then now I'm going to fight Sean Spears, who, you know, is just a jobber.
Marcus, one of these days we need to get Levi on this show. Because I don't agree with most of his takes, but I can see where they're coming from. He said Roman reminds me of Goldberg. He's over in WWE, in the WWE universe, but he's not creating new fans. I know people who came back to watch AEW this week who don't watch.
But they're watching all these WWE guys. These are all people who are in WWE. So if Roman would go into AEW, he instantly becomes their biggest star. It's not like they're gonna be like, oh, he's just gonna be a guy. That becomes their guy. Like, oh, that like all the people that they said, oh, WWE aren't creating new stars. People are watching them because the WWE brand is a toxic brand, and people have had enough with them, of them. That's why AEW, like, whenever someone goes, oh, I hope they go to AEW. Like, Rusev is a WWE guy, technically. Or, you know, Miro. Oh, I'm going to watch AEW because Miro's over there.
I don't think
it's more the brand of WWE that people consider toxic than the actual wrestlers.
I feel the problem
that... Adam Cole wrestle? He wrestled on NXT, and no one watched him in his title matches. They didn't watch him in big matches at all. He was getting 800 to 900,000 views. Now I'm supposed to go watch him because he's wrestling Kazarian? Fuck that.
I think the Dizman is watching us on tape delay. I think he's paused us at one point and come back because he's reacting quite late to something we said. Darby still needs to have matches. Not every match is going to be a banger with a megastar. It's not that. It just feels like when someone's having a bad run in WWE, the instant quick thing to go is they need to go to AEW. But look how many people are over there now. Rampage is going to have to go to a 2-hour show to fit all the other talents at some point.
Because they only have their 3 titles right now. Tag team, TNT, and heavyweight. What is Darby, MJF, and all these guys, Hangman, what are they going to do with this top-heavy roster now? With your Punks, your Danielsons, your Coles, your Omegas. I don't know where they land Christian in the middle of this. But your Andrades, your Blacks. They are, and by Blacks I mean Malachi.
Oh, you didn't mean Scorpio Sky or
no.
Well,
AEW went
Will
there.
Hobbs,
I don't remember the last time. I guess the last time a black person won was Will Hobbs this week, but that ended a long streak of people on AEW programming watching black people lose. Just say.
Yeah, we could go on about this topic for ages. This probably should be a topic that's saved for one of the What did he call it?
Discussions. Discussions.
I don't even think you need to call it gentlemen's anymore. Just call it the discussions.
The discussion. Wow, you just like take out don't call it the Facebook. Call it Facebook. Man, he just did that. Timberlaked it.
But yeah, if you like this discussion, obviously, hopefully we can schedule some time in with the Dizman and record some of these discussions. But if you want to be part of any of those discussions, just let us know.
Yes. But back to this discussion. Oh, yeah. But that, like you said, that discussion could go on and on about who's pushing food. I just think that WWE has a toxic relationship with its fans, similar to the way Warner Brothers and its fans has. And AEW has that Marvel fan base, which I don't think they can do anything wrong, but, you know, they have the same opportunity to fuck up just like the last person.
I feel like the WWE universe is much like the Knicks universe. When they don't like them, their owner. He is so out of touch with what's going on with Knicks fans. He doesn't know what to do. I feel that that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Very relatable. It's also like the Dallas Cowboys. But they love them, some Jerry Jones.
Well, yeah. That is it. It's clear. Tune in to next week to see if Monday Night Raw continues the momentum of solid wrestling.
No, it won't.
Raw
was awful. What's next? What are we going to get next week? A 3-hour gauntlet match to get to Bobby Lashley?
That's all we're chasing to get to the main events of every Raw. Like, all right, where we start with?
Gauntlet match.
All right. Hopefully a shoot fight breaks out in the middle of this show. That's what we're hoping for on Raw. And then we got Tuesday, NXT, the rebrand.
2.0.
Yep. Where I believe that color is going to turn brown as everybody shit on it. For whatever reason. Even though it's going to be...
All the colors are just going to merge into one and become brown.
Oh. We got Dynamite next week, which they're trying to keep up. They got to keep their ratings up. Let's see if they go up or if they stay steady. Maybe they keep their 1.3. Maybe they go back down to their 1
No,
million.
I think it'll stay steady. I think they're at a point where they could start growing. So I think 1.3 was good for them. That was their second highest rating ever. But I think they're knocking on the door at 1.4s and 1.5s now.
They should be doing 1.5 with the talent they have. It's the best roster put together. It's the fanboy dream roster. You have everybody you've ever wanted.
No, they still haven't got Kevin Owens yet. Or Kevin Steen. And El Generico. Who else are they missing? They're missing AJ Styles.
They're missing the Fiend now.
Samoa Joe.
It's like watching somebody in their pop collection. Hey, oh man, I almost have every character, but I'm missing this. This collection would be complete. All I need is Omos.
Vince will never give up Omos.
No, that's another Charlotte Lake drag. No, damn it, no.
You're my giant. You're going nowhere.
You're my giant. They already have the Big Show.
Well.
Oh,
so that is the end of today's show. We have once again run long.
Yeah, but it's a Saturday show. It's normally 2 hours.
Yeah, but we went an hour and a half on Thursday.
Yeah, there's no explanation for that.
Lucha wants us to talk about the Matrix trailer.
I'm taking the blue pill. That's what I said.
I mean, I liked it,
No.
but why are they recasting Morpheus?
You know why? And after thinking about this, I saw the latest actor whose name I can't pronounce. He's a pretty good actor.
Fishburne.
No, it's not Lawrence Fishburne. I'm just saying Lawrence Fishburne is old as fuck and out of shape.
I don't care.
What physicality can he do? What physicality can he do?
I mean, all you have to do is CGI him.
Yeah, but then everybody's like, "Oh, the CGI of Lawrence Fishburne was shit."
Then make it good. They have had how many years since the last Matrix?
Just all of a sudden make CGI good because you want to make a new movie. Make it good. Make it good.
Make it good.
I'm trying. Make it good. I want to see Ike Turner kicking Neo. That's what I want to see. That's how bad I want to see this.
El Luchador said he's a blue pillar himself.
Oh, I think it's gonna. It looks okay. I have doubts about sequels that happen 20 plus years after the original horrible sequels.
Wouldn't you be curious to take both? Like if you were given the option of one pill or the other, what you snatch every time? What trip you'd be on?
That would be an acid trip of acid trips right there. Like, hey yo, shit's real, but then again, shit's not that real at all. What the fuck are you talking about, man? I took both pills, homie.
Manny made it sound so easy. Yeah, just make it good, man. That's how I am in project meetings. Yeah, man, just make it good.
Just make it good. All right. How do we do that? Just make it good. All right.
I mean, I pay you to make the decision.
I like that. That's how Warner Brothers probably face this movie. Hey, we're gonna do a Matrix movie. What's the story gonna be? I don't know. Just make it good. Said every movie producer ever. Just make it good. All right.
Get out here. Just do it.
That's all I want for my wrestling. Hey, Vince, what? Just make it good, huh? Raw, just make it good. Wait, I'm trying. Just make it good. Oh man, but they need to. I'm in a boat there. Certain movies should have ended with one movie. The Matrix should have been done with one movie. We're getting to the same spot where we left last time. He beats the agents. He said he's gonna free the people. He hung up in the movie. That's the end of the story. He shut down the Matrix. System failed. Bang. In the movie. That's how the story could have ended. Instead, we're going to go through sequels to just get to the same point where it says system failed one more time. And I was like, I don't need that. Just like in Pirates of the Caribbean. You only needed one movie, Jack Sparrow got the Black Pearl, and it was done. It was done. We don't need loops, so why he need to get to the Black Pearl again?
Well, I think we've rambled long enough. That was
just give me another topic. I'll ramble for another hour.
I was about to say something. I was like, nope. That is a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Oh, is that a Matrix reference as well? Or Alice in Wonderland reference? Which could be argued that's the same thing. Also, it's a Bible reference.
When I was watching Shang-Chi, they did show a trailer for Marvel's Eternals. Some of it was shot in my town.
Woo!
And you will see it and be like, Manny, why do you live there?
Oh, the Eternals. Wish I had the captions. Where the fuck have y'all been?
That's basically what it said. That's basically what they said in the trailer. So you didn't want to have anything involved in any of the bullshit that was happening recently.
So none of y'all can get blipped? None of y'all can get... That was about to kill half the universe. What if you decided to turn that to 75%? Shit got real, and y'all didn't show up. Fuck out of here.
I mean, I don't think I'd turn out either. Would you?
What?
I don't, if the blip and Thanos was happening, I'd be like, no, I'm out. This isn't my fight.
I feel like I have to... That would be the one time, even though I'm like, I feel like this involves me. Like, I feel like 50% of me is going like, you gotta get this. Ryan pays half your rent. So he gets blipped. People in there fighting for rent.
I mean,
that's going on the blip. I'm like, oh shit. I hope the landlord gets blipped
your
too.
Rent there. I mean, Ryan never pays your rent on time anyway.
I know.
So if he got blipped, would it make any difference? Would it make any difference? Other than you missing your brother?
Can you imagine, like, the landlords coming up asking for rent for so many people? Hey, man. Push the rent. Man, my roommate was blipped. Hey, man, I still need my money. I didn't get blipped. My bills are still on the table. That'd be a damn shame if everybody you owe, none of them got blipped. And it's like, fuck, none of my enemies. All my friends are gone, but all my enemies stay. This is bullshit. Fuck you, Thanos. Fuck you.
The Dismantle messaged me and said my internet is trash, but thanks for reading my email. I think his email made a 30-minute conversation.
Yeah.
Levi said, I believe that people in the Matrix were anti-vaxxers. They had to be put inside to stop COVID. The pills were the vaccine.
Also read Levi's other comment. Just imagine robbing a bank when the snap happened. Ah, shit.
That could be the worst thing. That could be the worst thing. One, you could be outnumbered by security and police. Or it could be really easy, and then you won't have that many police, and you outnumber them.
Or how about the people you came to rob the bank with? They all get blipped away, and you're just in there like, guys? Fuck! Where's my getaway driver? Where did you go?
And Lucha was like, I want all my debt gone if I got blipped. That turned out to be untrue if you watched Falcon
right?
Falcon.
Oh, no. Yeah, he lost that. He never lose that boat. Fuck the blip. With my money. That's what people were. Oh, I want my money. Fucking Thanos.
This man did add swing by Amazon to pick up a copy of AWO Big Time Players. Episode 1, The Beginning of Change, and Episode 2, Continuing to Grow. Available at Amazon for $14.98.
Continuing to Go is after the blip, by the way. Imagine a wrestling promotion. Imagine a blip happens right now with AEW with all this momentum they having. Tony Khan just like, what the fuck? How did Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Adam Cole, Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega all get blipped out? Nobody from WWE was blipped. Nobody. Oh, somebody. Who? Kevin Owens? Fuck!
Eric said I had an anti-vaxxer try and explain that my heart attack was because of the vaccine. I said it was because I loved red meat and they shut up. So basically what Eric did, he had a raw steak and then smacked him across the face with it.
Yeah, a bloody ass steak. I feel like this last 30 minutes of the show should just be clipped to something else. There's so many random conversations.
I mean, if the people are still watching us, I don't understand. There's 6 people still here.
It's good conversations. Good conversation. Right now, Eric slapping the message with his meat. What if a blip happened in wrestling? Then I'd be like,
Vince would have been blipped, but he made backdoor deals with Thanos.
Damn it!
What are you talking about? Vince would be Thanos in this, but Vince is outliving everyone.
Vince is trying to sign Thanos. You see him? Look at him. Look at his size.
Vince has done backhanded deals with the actual god.
Main event of WrestleMania: Thanos versus Goldberg. Oh no, this is Saudi. This is Saudi. Goldberg.
Levi said, "I want to see WWE catering when the snap happened." I tell you, who'd still be there? Apollo.
No, it'd just be Aziz. And Vince goes, fuck. I would love to see a roster get blipped and just be like, Vince is looking in the locker room. Who am I pushing tonight? Who's the main event? Well, it's Drew Gulak and R-Truth. Why didn't they get blipped? The fuck? I lost John Cena, damn it.
So the Jets are playing tomorrow against Panthers.
The NFL is back.
I don't think we're going to win. I think Sam Darnold's going to come back and haunt us.
Yeah, you should think that. They are the Jets. Jets, Jets. The S stands
4
for
wins,
shit.
though. I guarantee 4 wins this year. I don't know who. But I guarantee 4 wins this year.
You should give yourself opening day. You should give them opening day against the Panthers. I always root for the victory for opening day. When it's like, oh, we might not be that bad. And then the rest of the season happened. But shout out to the Packers who are going to win tomorrow. Shout out to the
Who you
Rams.
playing?
Oh wow, I'm blanking out. I knew 20 minutes ago. But I forgot. Oh, the Saints.
Yo, you'll lose against the Saints. Who's the
No,
quarterback
we're-
of the Saints?
Oh, we're gonna whoop their ass. We're gonna whoop their ass. Is it Teddy Bridgewater?
Ooh, you might
Or
have
is it Jameis Winston?
If it's Jameis Winston, you want it easy.
I think either way we'll whoop their ass.
Man United won today. The return of Ronaldo.
Hey,
Return of Ronaldo, scored 2 times, won 4-1.
nice. Who'd they beat?
Newcastle United.
Is that even a real team?
It's actually a team that I said would get relegated on Ross's Man on the Post podcast,
Nice.
which is a great football podcast if you don't listen to it.
Are
Also,
they getting
his
relegated?
Ring the Bell podcast.
Yep.
I'm just plugging people's stuff now.
Yeah. Now we just became a full-blown ad.
I mean, this is
The
the part where we
following-
had been.
The following is presented by El Pollo Loco. Don't
And
eat
G
there,
Fuel.
ever.
And G Fuel. It's a
And don't
sugar-free energy drink alternative.
And if you want to listen to the Sharpshooters, and you can listen to it in audio form at iTunes while using your studio buds. Brother.
You know, though, back in the day when Eric was heavily into tech, and this was just an audio show, whenever Eric would actually talk about any form of tech, I would definitely just Google the hell out of it. Like, maybe I do need that. Eric sends me down traps of like, maybe I should buy that.
So Eric's a walking commercial. Should do it, man.
Like you only bought those Beats Buds because Eric has them.
Yeah, and my buds blew out, so I had to. It was perfect timing. I feel like my Siri listen was like, Eric said he needs to buy it. Like, I was at Eric's house last night, and he was talking about his, he's like, man, my room has never sounded better with audio. I got these what's the studio? Well, not studio, but the, Eric knows what it's called if he's still in the chat. God damn it. They're the speakers. They're the speakers of what, for Apple. The mini ones, though.
Marcus saw me in Best Buy.
Yeah. Just him looking at a board, going by, sampling things. Man.
What speakers? What, the HomePod?
Yeah, it's like the mini HomePods, though.
That one?
Yeah.
That I have right there. That right on camera, right there.
Oh, really? Manny, for all I knew, that was an alarm clock or a glasses case or clown nose. I can't tell what that is on this far. Oh, that's Manny's sexy time music. Mini HomePods. Thank you.
They are worth the money.
You goddamn commercials.
They are. It's only
I'm
what,
$99,
£99, wherever you are.
You can stop this commercial anytime, Manny. How dare you continue? They're only $9.99. Imagine a commercial going somewhere going, I don't want this commercial. Only $9.99. No, they are. I might get them. I might get two. Do stereo sound.
I mean, anyone that's still listening, God help you.
Yeah.
Because we're not talking any sense right now.
Nope, we're waiting from one ad to the next ad. Jesus.
Eric says if you get two, you get stereo.
Yep. Thinking about it. Maybe I'll wait till next payday. Maybe I'll do it today.
I mean, I'm thinking about upgrading my setup again.
Nice.
I need to stop, really.
Well, speaking of upgraded setup and backdrop, Eric is personally going to put together my backdrop using some of his pictures. I don't know if he's even started working on that.
That does make sense, though.
Yeah. So he was going to get some canvas printouts of some of his best pictures. And I told him, just put whatever you want. You know?
Bluetooth money coming soon. I don't even care. If they came through, I'd sell the hell of it like I needed it. I think I'm just going to get a green screen to cover up the bed. I think I need to change it up.
One day you're going to do the show live from the bed, Manny. It's going to be...
Holding the microphone like, hello. This is smooth soul sound.
This is the real man, Manny.
The lights are off.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just sitting here, and I got sit through this.
How am I meant to do a show properly? This is nighttime hour with the sharpshooters.
Very groovy, baby. Very groovy.
Where we read out the comments on porn videos.
Oh, this is the low point. Who's in the comment section, and why are you in an argument with some guy? Fuck you, man. Why are we here? Nobody's here for this. No one is here for this. Fuck you, you all anti-vax. What's that to do with this video?
Do you know what? People are going to listen to this and wonder complain to the fact. I hope someone finds this offensive and emails us and goes, what the fuck are you two doing? I wish Eric was here with some decorum. Because in reality, we would have been done with the show 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, Eric would have just talked about the porn. You guys are talking about the porn comments. There's porn comment fights, though. Just like, what are you guys doing? What are you in the comment section for? Who cares what your opinion of the porn is?
I realize watching horror movies, either white people never lock the door, or ghosts know how to pick locks.
It's both. Combination of both. It's a perfect store. It's a perfect store. I feel like ghosts only haunts white people though.
I mean, they have the most demon side.
I feel like they show sympathy on the poor minorities. Like, they're going to do enough already for me to go fuck up their life.
Oh, we should end the show.
Paranormal Activity with a minority would be like 2 minutes of him going like, he's fucking with them, but they don't seem to care. They got other shit going on. They got a lot of problems. Oh my god, he just hit her.
Why is your ghost a white person reacting like they're watching Fox News?
Imagine a ghost going into some domestic shit. Oh, they're fighting. This is not a good time. My bullshit is coming in at the wrong time. They're fucking going through marital issues.
And he's like,
ooh, ooh. They just cut the lights out. Fuck. That's not even me. Their power is out. What's he eating for dinner? Oh shit, spam and beans.
Just so you know, if you've made it this far, this is what happens when me and Marcus drop the bomb and end the show. And conversations like this happen for about half an hour if we're not tired.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should drop the bomb.
And on that note, guys.
The show began with Buffalo Soldier. Ends with paranoia.
I mean,
Ghost
you
sees
was going down this
domestic
route.
violence. Yeah. Ghost sees domestic violence and go, ooh.
Do you think that's the sound all the time? That's probably why it's happened. Oh my god, what's that ghost scene?
Man, such like the cigarette. Fuck, that kid ain't gonna make it. Fans are all fucked up.
Ghosts, are they sharing a single break of fries? Eric, you're wrong for that. Eric, you were wrong for that. Make a movie about a bunch of ghost cops fucking with minorities. That wouldn't even be funny. That's just real life. Just, you can't even fight back the cop. The ghost.
Yeah. The police. That's the scariest movie ever. Ghost cops. They're still killing black people. Why? Why? You've done. Your ship is ended.
The funny part about this is, for like the last 20 minutes, I've been watching the number of how many people are watching us drop. The weirder we've gone on. So to everyone that's stuck around in the chat, I've been Lord Manny Hayes.
I'm Marcus the grand finale. Ooh.
And we'll be back on Tuesday. Hopefully, both in an excited mood singing Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah.